What's good with it? My name is Troy Evans, man, and this is a special edition of It's a Vibe, man. At the end of the day, I'm a pastor, an engineer, and who just so happened to become a strategist. And we decided to smash those together and create what we know now as Simple Now, where we make AI easy. Look here. Now, I have invited some family and friends who all work with me at building both our nonprofit side of our world and our for-profit side of the world. At the end of the day, we have this nonprofit where we equip leaders to do the work of ministry. And then we decided that, man, we're doing this equipping. Man, we have services we can provide to the world, and we can lower the cost of it. We can make it affordable, and we can bring great services through training, through strategic planning, through app development and integration. Now, I invited part of my team. Not everybody's here, but invited part of the team in action to sit in with me to do some things. And I would just love for you just to sit back and hear from them how have they engaged with AI in their everyday workflow. Let's go. It's about a vibe. What up, though? This is Troy Evans. Man, I am so excited. Thank y'all for joining us. It's a vibe. At the end of the day, I am a pastor who became an engineer, who became a strategist, and now we smashed them all together where we can actually provide solutions and so on and so forth in the area of tech, helping people who's doing great work around this country. And today, I got one of those people with me, none other than Miss Kisha Williams.
Ooh.
What up, though?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, where do we start? So give, you're doing a few things. Give a journey on what it is that you're into now. What do you do? Where's your, where y'all come from, and just give people like a little bit of who you are.
Yeah, well, Kisha Williams, of course, and me and my husband Darryl Williams pastor a church in Charlotte, North Carolina, where we're really real missional in what we do, trying to get in people's lives with outreaches and different things like that. And just a little over a year ago, we were just in this place trying to figure out what to do, how to get more involved, how to get our name and different things out there, and ran into you, and you kind of took us through this brutal strategies sessions and different things like that. But we really walked away with some good tools to help propel us forward, so to make our lives a lot easier.
Yeah. And then we shortly after we developed the strategy, and I think it's important to tell the people, that the race, the term I came up with.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about that. So what was that about, and then what was that?
Yeah. So we had this. We called it the Race to 85. So the church, we were revamping everything, and during our strategy session, we had to change up some language. We changed up just different ideas, and it was a race to 85.
Yeah.
So, of course, in the urban context, things may not get up to 500 or what have you, but there has to be some type of growth, whether it's growth in your people, as far as what, their characters and things like that, and growth in numbers as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Our race was to 85, and some of the tools you gave us, the systems you gave us, we were able to create this whole plan on how to get to 85, different things to do in the community, different ways to communicate with leadership, because I think that was big for us. We had a group of people who weren't quite leaders, but we had to figure out ways to kind of move them in that vein. I forget the phrase you say, I see you, I see this in you.
I see in you,
I see in you. So we had to kind of follow that, hey, you know what, you may not be this, but I see this in you. So let's work on that, let's build on that. And the tools you gave us or brought us into, because I'm not tech savvy at all, that's not me, but it made so much sense to put some information in there, and we were able to get how to minister to people, how to pull out the leader and, move forward and get that 85 people so we could be a little more sustainable to do ministry.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember us talking a lot about AI stuff, and we were doing informal things, but a lot of it though, a lot of conversation around a lot of how do we use it, having y'all use it, diving into it. They were really open, you know what I'm saying, like really open to actually trying something new. How important is that to be like in the area of AI?
I mean, you have to be open. I think when your heart is for God, if He's God that makes all things new, even our strategies and the way we do things have to become new.
So we at Simple Now, where I get a chance to be the founder and vibe coder. You know what I'm saying? We've developed several apps, and the first one to market, which I'm very proud of, is called Beezy. Right? So beezyapp.co, check it out. But me, I'm sitting here, man, and I got a big team, right, of people, and the different organizations that I lead. I got people on, Calendly. I'm using Calendly. I'm building. At this point, I probably built, probably 12, 15 apps at this time. I hadn't released them, but I built them. I'm like, man, I think I could build me a calendar thing. And so I sat on this journey. And I used that exact thing. So I started with my problem. My problem is that I didn't want to pay. It was that simple. I didn't want to pay Calendly for something I could create myself. But then my problem moved on to saying, well, what's my current solution? It was Calendly, right? It was Calendly, and it's not super expensive, but it was something I was saying, like, man, if I can have something I can own and that I can build, even if I just use it myself and my team use it, man, I count that good, right? But then it went on to what is my gap? Then that's when I start to see. I get an opportunity to speak to thousands of people a year. And so I was just at a church recently. I go after service, I'm speaking, and then now I got my books, I'm talking to people. I got 5 or 10 people just standing in line. Do you know, like, in order to have the connection that you want, the gap was glaring. If I pull up Calendly, all I'm going to be able to do is go one way. I can share my schedule. But that wasn't the solution for Beezy. Beezy, based on that event, showed me that our gap is that there isn't an easy way to connect. So we came up with this tagline, Beezy, making connecting easy, right? We're making connecting easy. So what does that mean? Now we're moving into, well, then how does AI help us with that? How does Vibranium help us with that? How does app development, bringing these two worlds, these vibe coders, bringing these app developers together and say, what can we build? Our solution was that what if we had an app that would basically do the calendar and do it really well, that it syncs with your traditional stuff. It goes with Outlook and also goes with Google. And you have this. That's awesome. And I'm talking right here, like 4 tabs. You click one tab, boom, there it is. You can go ahead and schedule, right? But then you click the tab under it, you can basically make contacts. So you can connect with people right there. So you can share your contact, right? You can share your contact with them and give them your e-business card. Boom, right? Then the next tab is this event tab, which I think I'm most excited about. I spent a lot of time in this one myself, is that this event tab. So at every event, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to someone, and I was literally at that event, and I didn't have a way where I can collect their information. And so what do? You're getting business cards, you're trying to scan the phone thing that never works out, you never follow up, and we have to fix that. We had to make connecting easy. We're sticking with the same problem. So how we're going to put it in 4 little tabs. You click this button, and that one button, it takes you right to the event. You created a custom QR code. They scan it. They enter their information, you get their information, you can follow up with them and take a nice picture with them at the same time, right? That right there was me literally following my own process, me drinking my own Kool-Aid and going after what is the problem, what is the current solution, where's the gap, and how in the world can Vibranium help?
Different eras in life, different situations going on in the world, we have to revamp and make sure we're operating in the spirit for right now.
Yeah.
Because the things we used to do 10 years ago are obsolete now.
Yeah.
So if we can't minister and witness Jesus because we won't do something new.
Yeah.
We have to check our heart at that
Yeah,
point.
straight up.
You
Yeah,
know, what are
straight
we
up.
willing to lose so that we can
Yeah.
win some souls?
Yeah, yeah.
So that we can feed some hungry. You know, what are we
Yeah,
willing
man.
to lose? So I think that was one thing. It's like we didn't care what we had to step into, what we had to learn, because it was more important that we become effective.
Yeah.
So learning how to utilize AI in a safe way,
Yeah.
in a productive way,
Yeah.
in a way where we're still in control. You know, like you use like what, good data in, good data
Straight
out.
up, straight up.
You know, it's about how you utilize these
Yeah.
tools, and that's with any tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I could pick up a hammer now. That don't mean
Hey,
I'm
hey,
going to do
you
with
got
it.
some choices
I
out
might
here.
hurt myself with the
Straight up.
hammer. You know,
You got choices out here. like-
right.
Yeah.
But it's
So
the
learning
way
how
you
to use it.
utilize it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw that, and that was really, you know, people our age in this, I think we're slow to draw, slow to move. And so now I want to talk about, jump way forward in our last few minutes here. It's like, how do we utilize, how do you utilize, so you currently serve as our fund developer, raising money and doing all that kind of stuff. Help people understand how are you using AI in your natural workflow? You know, how's that?
Yeah. So like you said, I'm doing grants, fund development. One thing I had to do was create a whole strategy on
Yeah.
fund development. And what I love is it didn't matter how much I didn't know. You know, we started off raising funds through text messages and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Hey, can you tell your friend?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
see if they want to write
Yeah,
a check.
man.
And we raised a couple of $100,000 doing that.
Yeah.
So then when you put me in this role of advancement director to raise funds for nitrogen, I'm like, I should be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then with your tools, we had to develop a whole strategy. I didn't know how to do strategy on that level.
yeah.
So with AI, I was able to say, you know, hey, I need you to be a grant writer with about 20 years of
Right, straight up,
experience,
we gotta catch this up.
and tell me
Yeah.
how fund development works.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Troy, it gave me sample emails I should send to people. It gave me how often I should reach out to people,
Yeah.
a whole workflow that I wasn't necessarily aware of
Yeah.
before I walked into that in that role.
Yeah.
And I loved it because it kept me in control still.
Absolutely.
I still had to read it
There it is.
and check it out. So that's the whole thing. AI is new, but you still have to be in control of
Yeah.
it. You still have to teach it what to do.
And that's the thing. I think that's the nugget right there. And we got like 45 more seconds. But that is a nugget, that we stay in control and the AI is not. If you were to talk to anybody that were in a position where you were 2 years ago, what would you say to them about engaging with AI? What would be your one nugget?
Yeah, there is always a more excellent way to do things. It's work smart. When you're working from your heart, sometimes we don't work smart, but we work a lot. We have some hard-working believers that want to help people. Work smart.
Yeah.
Utilize information. We'll spend hours in a book reading to get information. What if we can just spend minutes and get that same information and go off of it?
That's the mic drop, y'all. Y'all heard it here. Kisha Williams, Charlotte, North Carolina, getting by way of New Jersey, right?
New York.
New York.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Yep.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But man, that's the nugget right there. Y'all heard it. You know what I'm saying? Please, when you get opportunity, check out Core Church, Charlotte, look them up, you know what I'm saying? And you can do this. You know what I'm saying? You heard what she said?
You can do it.
This. 2 years ago, now it's every day almost, you know what I mean? So we out, let's get it.